Chronology is a repository and a collaborative tool that helps you organize the most important documents from your review. You can curate the most important documents in your project using dates, labels, and annotations. Multiple users can work in a chronology simultaneously. You can also create outlines associated with your chronology. You can think of chronology as the master sheet of relevant documents, and outlines as the final narrative that provides context for those documents. By default, each project on Everlaw has one chronology named Master Chronology. Project admins can create additional chronologies in the General section of the Project Settings page. By default, project administrators can view and access any chronology from the StoryBuilder column on the home page. Permissions for receiving, sharing, and administering chronologies can be adjusted in the Permissions tab of Project Settings. Each chronology is represented by a card with a lavender color band on the home page. You can share a chronology with a user who has received permissions by clicking the three-dot menu icon. You can add any document or set of documents in your project to a chronology. Typically, these documents are already reviewed and deemed relevant to your case. To add an individual document to chronology, open the document in the review window. Click on the StoryBuilder icon in the navigation bar. Select the appropriate chronology from the drop-down list of options. You can also add the document to an outline from this menu. If the outline is associated with a chronology, then it will also add the document to the chronology. For now, we will only add the document to a chronology. By default, the document's base number is used as the document title. You can choose to input a new title and add date, description, and relevance. Finally, you can add labels to the document and add the document to an outline. These labels are completely separate from codes and ratings. These labels are added, organized, and applied within the StoryBuilder ecosystem. To batch add documents to the chronology, go to any results table. Select the documents you'd like to add by using the checkboxes. Click Batch, then Modify, and scroll to the bottom of the Batch coding panel. Select the appropriate chronology label in the StoryBuilder section of the coding panel. Again, you can also add directly to an outline, which also adds the document to the associated chronology. Any other ratings or codings you apply in the batch coding panel will be applied to the document, but are not created as a label in the chronology. Click Apply and confirm which date metadata field you like to use for your documents. You can always change these in the chronology. In the chronology, documents appear in the center of the page. You can rename and favorite the chronology in the top left corner. By default, the chronology timeline is sorted by date, from newest documents to oldest, according to the date metadata field you previously specified. You can sort by date, date added to the chronology, or bates. You can also filter document entries by keyword. Click the filter icon to the right of the sorting menu. Here, you can enter words or phrases that will search across the document's description, relevance, title, and metadata values. The search syntax follows the same rules and restrictions as content searching in Everlaw's Query Builder. To toggle display of description, relevance, and various metadata fields for each document, click Settings. Then check or uncheck to show and hide. If you click Customize Metadata, then you can select which fields are visible when you show metadata. Each document entry has a date field associated with the document. If no date is selected, or you'd like to change the metadata date association, click the date under the document's title and select a metadata field or enter a custom date. To rename a document in the chronology, click on the current name, type in a new name, and press Enter. To add a description or relevance to a document, click the respective green text. If your document already has one of these fields populated, simply click the text to edit it. If multiple people are working in the chronology simultaneously, different colored name badges will appear next to the share icon. The name badge will display the user's initials. To message the user from within the chronology page, click on their name badge. If another user is working on a document entry in the table, that document entry will be bordered by a colored, bolded outline corresponding to the color of their name badge. Sometimes the status of documents will change while you're in the chronology. Someone else might be either adding or removing documents, or applying or removing labels. To avoid unexpected additions or removals to your current view of chronology entries, Everlaw does not automatically apply changes that would alter the set of documents that match your current filter set. Instead, a green star will appear by the refresh icon in the toolbar, alerting you to changes. If you want to update the table to the latest results, click the refresh icon. Now that we know how to add documents into the chronology and how to sort, filter, and edit document details, it's time to learn how to use labels. To the left in the chronology page is the label panel. Though categories and labels can be iteratively added throughout review, we recommend creating all relevant categories and labels at the outset of a case to avoid having to retroactively apply relevant, newly created labels to documents within the chronology. Some things to consider when creating labels are which occurrences, interactions, communications, or entities best reflect the narrative you want to tell about your project. To add a new label within a category, click the associated plus sign or add text and start typing the label name. Press Enter to add the label to the panel. If you want to add a new category, click on the gear icon in the upper left of the label panel to enter edit mode. Then click New Category and start typing. Press Enter to add the new category. To delete a category or specific labels, click on the X associated with the category or label you wish to delete. Confirm deletion, then press Done to exit edit mode. Later in the video, we'll show you how to manage events, people, and outline categories. These categories are special for different reasons, but one commonality is that the categories cannot be deleted. To add a label to a document, click the green plus sign in the document entry and select the label. If you want to preview the document before labeling it, click the eye icon. From here, you can add a label from the right side panel. You can also view and edit description and relevance. To add one or more labels to a batch of documents, select the documents you'd like to apply the changes to using the checkboxes. Then, click the batch icon in the toolbar or the spacebar on your keyboard. Click on a label once to add or twice to remove. Labels will turn green to indicate that they will be added to the selected documents and red to indicate that they will be removed. You can both add and remove labels within a single batch action. Once you're done selecting the combination of labels to either add or remove, click Apply and a task will begin. One benefit to labeling documents by various relevant topics to your case is that you can filter documents by label. For example, you might want to find documents labeled by a particular issue and related to a particular person. Or you might want to filter by documents in a certain outline that do not have a certain issue label. To filter by label, click the respective checkbox and the document list will automatically update. You can also negate a label-based filter by clicking the checkbox again. You can add multiple labels to your filter. The documents you see meet all of the filter criteria. Events is a special type of label category because you can view each event date range alongside documents in your chronology as a timeline view. Event labels help you contextualize how documents are related to particular events and how those events are related to each other. In order to use the events view, you must have at least one event created, and you must sort the document entries by date. Creating event labels is the same as any other kind of label, except that you must specify a date range. Once you've done this, click the Events button in the toolbar. A light blue event marker will appear, which represents the event date range. Since your documents are in chronological order, you can imagine your list of documents as one long timeline. The horizontal component of the event marker represents the start of the event, as if it's another row in your timeline. If you do not have documents that fall within a particular event's date range, this will be the only visual representation of that event in the chronology. However, if you have documents that fall within an event's date range, then the blue marker will wrap around all documents that fall within that range. Using this view, you can contextualize the documents in relation to the occurrence and time frame of major events in your case. To add a description or relevance to an event, navigate to the start of the event and click the green text to edit it. Then click Save. To remove an event, hover over the start of the event and click the trash can icon. This will remove the label from the category and from any document it's applied to. People is a special type of label category because you can create people profiles. With people profiles, you can document details such as their contact information, work history, their work relationships with other people, and more. Add a new people label as if you're adding any other label, or click the people icon in the toolbar. Enter the person's name and click Submit. With each entry, you can specify a profile image, social media links, email addresses associated with the person, notes, and outlines. You can then add a job for that person by clicking New Job in the left-hand panel. Enter the person's job role at the top and their organization. You can also select a date range of employment and enter email addresses associated with their employment. Then select various work relationships by clicking the green plus signs. You can type in a new name or select existing people from your chronology. To remove a people label and the details associated with it, click the trash can icon in the top right and confirm deletion. This will remove the label from the category and from any document it's applied to. Add a new outline as if you're adding any other label, or click the Outlines button in the toolbar and click Create New. You can add a document to an outline by applying the outline label to the document. To go to an outline, click on any outline label. If you produced documents on Everlaw, you'll have more than one version of the document, each with a different prefix. The Versions button allows you to choose which versions of your document to represent in StoryBuilder based on the Bates prefix. Click the Settings button in the toolbar and select Version Settings, which will open a prefix priority list. This list specifies which produced versions of your document, if available, should be displayed in the chronology. Choose your prioritized prefixes from the filter bar at the bottom and order them from highest to lowest priority. Once you click Submit, all documents referenced in your chronology will be displayed according to the prefix priority ranking you specified. For example, if your document's native has the # control number, but the produced version's prefix is ABC, the produced version will be displayed in the chronology. To remove a document from the chronology, hover over the appropriate entry on the table so that the trash can icon appears in the lower right. Then click the trash can icon. If you want to undo a deletion, click on the Undo button. You can also batch remove documents by using the Batch panel. Open the Batch panel and click Remove Documents. All checkmarked documents in the chronology will be removed. They will also be removed from associated outlines. For more information on using chronology in StoryBuilder, visit support.everlaw.com or contact us by message, email, or phone.